Hello, hello. Hi, guys. Welcome to Jacqueline Valdez Live. I'm so excited to be here today. So today we are going to be talking about Healing Roots, Guide to Natural Hair Growth After Graves' Disease with hair growth specialist. I'm so excited to have you here. Cherrelle Morgan, welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
I know. How's your afternoon going?
It's going great. Going great.
Sounds
It's
good.
cooling down. It's cooling
Yeah,
down, so I'm better.
sounds good. So
hmm
you've had quite a journey. You are an entrepreneur and you've also struggled with Graves' disease. What was
Yeah.
it like when you first got diagnosed? What were your feelings on it and everything?
It definitely was. I can't even explain it because I think I'm still trying to process it now, even though it's been some months. But it definitely was an eye opener with just health wise and just who I am as a person with, actually now if I need help, actually asking for help and, different things like that. So it definitely was an eye opener and building my character as just an individual.
Wow. So when was it that you did get diagnosed?
I got diagnosed on March 18th of this year. But I had went in with symptoms this January of this year because I had caught the flu last Christmas.
Right.
And when I caught the flu, apparently it offset some things, and that's when I had dropped drastic weight. And yeah, so that was definitely an eye opener for me.
Right.
To go to the doctor because something was wrong. I had my whole right side was just tremors, my hands, my feet. Yeah, it wouldn't stop shaking. And then I ended up losing like 25 pounds within 2 weeks. So
Wow.
then that's how we knew something was wrong. And that's when they told me my thyroid was out of whack, and then found out that I had Graves.
Wow. And I love that you really are being open and
Yeah.
vulnerable and speaking on, taking that time to ask for help and really you're still processing it. So you don't have
Right.
to be, in that frame of where you have to process something right away.
Right.
You're just
Right.
listening to your body, listening to your spirit, and letting yourself just kind of go with the momentum of where you're at.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely.
Yeah. And you took this journey into creating this product to not only help yourself, but help others. Have you always been intrigued in this kind of industry, or was this something that was completely like
Um,
at any point?
I've always been fascinated with helping women with hair loss. And with me having my first child at 15, I've always had issues with postpartum and, hair loss and stuff like that. So I've always kind of grown a passion for trying to create something that could help others, especially like with mine, with being in this autoimmune, I can't control it. And then there's a lot of women out here that's on these medications, and the side effects is hair loss. So those are things that we can't control as women, and having given birth, our body goes through things. So I wanted to create something that could definitely help us, with the things that we can't control.
Yeah, I love that
hmm
too, because that's huge. I
Yeah.
have an autoimmune disorder also, and I know stress brought it out. I have
Yep.
Sjogren's disease,
Okay.
and there's times where there are flare-ups, and there are times where you kind of have to listen to your body. You have to slow things down.
hmm
You have to be patient with yourself, and
Exactly.
sometimes it's scary not knowing what to do, what to take, how to process it.
Yeah, that's I think that is the scary part. I asked my husband like a week ago. I said, "How do you not stress?" Well, the autoimmune, that you have a flare up, is it can come from stress. So it's like, how do you not stress?
Right? So what
Yeah.
things have you done to kind of help you get away from stress and kind of process just daily life activities and daily life, stresses?
So my husband tries to get me out to try to start walking or something like that. I try to get back to the things that I like to do, just reading, the things that I kind of got away from because I get caught up in work and stuff like that. So I want to actually start knitting and stuff like that. I want to start crocheting or something, yeah.
I
I want
love
to
that
start
so
doing
much.
stuff like that. Yeah. So that's why I feel I'm still dealing and coping with it. So day by day, I feel that I'm starting to try to find something that I may love to do to kind of offset, everyday life with stress and work and stuff like that. That
Yeah.
which is very important because I mean, just the littlest thing can set it off.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
true. That's so true. Yeah, and finding something that you love. I love that you said that because it's, finding that passion, finding
hmm
that thing that kind of ignites you, that
Right.
makes life fulfilling.
Yeah, that makes life fulfilling. Exactly, because there's so much to do out here.
Yes,
We
I
just got
know.
to take
What
the
else to
time.
do?
Yeah.
What's no stopping us?
Right.
Yeah, and I had COVID a couple times, and I went through hair loss too during
Really.
COVID, and then stress of having COVID. So it's like a domino effect, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah. And I said I'm still dealing with the hair loss now, but I mean, it's for one, it's the autoimmune, and then you have the medication that has these symptoms also. So it's really you can't win for losing.
Yeah,
So that's I think that's definitely a big emotional part for me as an individual because I'm a big hair advocate with hair growth, and it's like, but I mean, I had to understand that I can't control,
yeah,
what I can't control. So yeah,
yeah.
you just can embrace it and then keep going.
That's so true. So how did you start the journey then of you had this idea and you wanted to put something together, but how did it actually come forth?
So it started in my house, and like I said, I have four girls and one boy, but I just had my boy. So at the time, I only had four girls. And I mean, everybody has hair. So it was like, okay, I wanted to create something that could target everybody, every ethnic group. It doesn't matter white, Caucasian, it doesn't matter. Hair is hair. And I wanted to formulate something like that. So it was definitely a trial and error process, but like I said, I had a lot of test dummies to use. And once I started seeing the benefits of how soft the hair was getting, the scalp was definitely hydrated, and then like you can add it to your shampoo, and they're all natural ingredients. Because I wanted to make sure I know it's so many known allergies out here, so definitely like with tree nuts, and as my process of being a hairstylist for years, you learn so much. But I'm a big researcher also, so I guess you can call me a little chemist also because of the formulation. But yeah, so it definitely was. I wanted to create something that was impactful in one bottle, one product that could help majority.
Right.
So it definitely was a journey of the trial and error. But once I started seeing the results, I knew that was it.
What tip would you give an entrepreneur that is wanting to start a business, but they don't know how to take that first step or how to even brand?
Now, the branding part, I tell people, it's okay. You can do that part later, but if you have that idea, I say to go ahead and just push forward with that. And don't tell too many people. Just create it and just push it, because I had to understand that a lot of people didn't believe in my brand until I did. And some people get into business just because they want to make money, but at the same time, I feel you have to have a story behind that product for people to be able to gravitate towards it. That authenticity, I think, is lost when it comes to businesses. It just feel I never wanted anybody to feel like they're just another number or
Yeah.
another dollar. I really want you to feel like, I care about you. So I tell people to, if you have that passion, I do feel that you should step forth with it. Everything has a story behind it.
Oh, what is your favorite story that you have helped someone with? What is someone that's really touched you with, using your products?
I would say, let me see. I have two. I know one before the one I'm going to say was, I had a client that had a daughter that and she was about 6 months, I believe. I think she was like 6 months, but she just couldn't get her baby's hair to grow. And a lot of people feel that when you have like little babies that, they're going to get the cradle cap, they're going to get bald, and it's always that bald spot in the back because the babies just want to always keep doing this and that. And I was telling her, look, if you follow these steps, use the oil, and I tell people little tips. If you got a car seat, put a silk pillowcase back there, so that way when they're wiggling their head, it'll lock in that moisture still where they lay it. So, and to see that her hair grew back, and her hair is probably longer than mine now, she's 5, and to see that
Wow.
she faithfully, yeah, and she never thought her hair could grow. Her hair is so thick and long. Like I love seeing results of people that felt that there was just no way possible. So, and then the other one would be, I've been told this many times, about my client with cancer. The moment that when she first came to me, it's because she wanted hair growth, and because she couldn't get any type of growth or anything. So I worked with her for a whole year, and she finally was able to get her hair straightened, and it was actually long, thick, and beautiful. And then about a month later is when she, let me know that she just found out she had cancer.
Oh,
So yeah, and that was definitely a route of, I think nobody wants to hear no type of results like that. And the fact of, I gave her the option of, hey, we can just do wigs.
yes.
We can just do wigs. I mean, we have an option. So she was able to start doing the wigs, and then once the cancer was gone and she started using the oil, I mean, her hair was coming back literally in fuzz in like 2 weeks. Like
Wow.
now her hair is so thick. I mean, you can't even get a comb through it, you know, but
Yeah.
I just love being a part of success stories, especially if I know you personally and I'm able to help you through it. That was definitely one that touched my heart also.
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
inspires you?
Who inspires me? I'm gonna have to say God inspires me. God inspires me a lot. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of times that I get stuck in places, I tell people prayer is something that you just have to lean on when it comes to this right here, because like I said, I have my husband, I have my kids, but you know, God is, I mean, he's definitely the forefront of my life, the forefront of my business. And I feel that there is just no other way that I would have been able to be this successful with no 9 to 5, no job for 14 years.
Wow.
That's a long time. And
Yeah.
I can't give a thanks to anybody else but him. So that's definitely
I love
definitely my
that
role
so
model.
much. And I love that you have these amazing success stories and that you're giving a part of yourself to help others, but then you're also going through your own stuff. How do you
Yeah.
find time to, be a mom, be a businesswoman, and then also deal with a disease?
Oh, how do I find time? I don't know. I really don't know how I find time. My husband always has to keep telling me, like, babe, you have to take time. And sometimes I be like, no, I got to do this, I got to do that. But I mean, I guess it's just because of I've been doing it for so long, it just comes natural. But now I'm just trying to learn how to take care of myself. And I think that is a part of me with this Graves. That's definitely teaching me to slow down and actually listen to my body, because, you know, I feel as women, we'll be sick and we can still keep going. You know, we can still keep going. Oh no, it's just a little sniffle and just
Yeah.
just keep on going. But we have to take time with our bodies and we have to listen to it. And if you're not feeling good, or and you have that spouse or that partner, it's just like, hey, I'm not feeling so good. Can you take over? Like I'm in that process now of learning, you know. So it definitely helped to slow me down, you know, in this. And, you know, I love that my clients and stuff are more understanding, you know, when it comes to that.
Right. And I think that's so nice and kind to have people around you that
Yeah.
are a support system and that can, be a backbone for you. And then
Yes.
have clients that are really supportive and understanding.
Right. Yeah, that's definitely important. A support system is definitely important.
For sure.
Yeah.
100%. We love you guys. Thank you, Leslie. Shout out for
Yeah,
connecting us
right.
together too. I love that so much. So what exciting things do you have coming up for you?
So I have my annual Glamingo Biz Brunch,
Uh-huh.
and I wanted to target, I always target like local business owners, anyone that's looking to start a business or don't know where to start. Or it could be just sometimes, you know, you have those social media business friends that you have, but you never seen them in person. But it's
Yeah.
like, okay, now I want to see you in person. But I like to set up an atmosphere where business owners can come and I help to teach you the things that I paid thousands of dollars for, that you don't have to pay that much for. Because I felt like I done attended a lot of seminars and things, and you teaching me this 10-step course that I could have found on Google for free, you know. And I just feel like I'm just another ticket. Like I really want to find people personally that really is wanting to grow their business and really learn the aspects of it, setting up business credit, you know, a lot of things that we really don't know about as business owners, and, you know, with the taxes and what to file, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that will be, and it will be also the vision board edition. And
Oh,
I'll
no.
be doing, yeah, so you'll be able to create your vision board. We mingle with each other. It'll be a brunch, nice mimosas and stuff like that. A nice little settle tone, you know, for business owners, because we need a break, you know, from and to mingle with more like-minded people. So yeah, that's supposed to be January 11th coming up for
Oh,
the new
wow. That's
year.
fun. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
That's the day I'm doing my dance studio showcase.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to do a shout out.
Yeah.
How fun. So what is a tip that you would give someone for if they are at home and they're wanting to take care of their hair, or, preserve what they have?
I would say, depending on what stage you are in your, because I mean, I'm a natural hair care specialist. I deal with all types, but hair growth is hair growth, right?
Right.
But I tell people it just all depends on the maintenance that you're doing with your hair. I'm big on deep conditioning, the different types of treatments and stuff like that. The overly populated of manipulation with your hair, like that stuff is not good for your hair. Like, the ponytails, not good for your hair. I tell people that all the time. But I tell people it's a right and wrong. When you're shampooing your hair, you shampoo it. When you're doing your conditioner, you rinse it out with cool, cold water. A lot of people miss that step. It locks in the moisture. Yeah. And then when you are blow drying, you want to use a heat protectant. Those are some of the main steps that people miss.
Okay.
They're just directly putting the heat to their hair. And I tell people all the time, like, that is one of the biggest things. Of your ends are going to be fragile and brittle, so when you start to see that shedding, when you start to see that hair getting dry and brittle, it's time for a treatment, trim, or something. But that's the reason why, like on my social media, I try to create videos for you to notice these things at home and kind of know how to, know when it's time to actually get a hair visit. Because some things can't be.
Yeah, some people
Yeah.
don't know. It's like you hear, do you sleep with a silk pillow? Do
Yeah.
you go to bed with your hair wet? Do you avoid that? Should you
Mhm.
blow dry your hair before you go to bed? Should you cut your hair every 6 weeks or 8 weeks?
Right.
Or do you
Right.
dust off? Like there's so much
Exactly.
stuff out there.
It's so much stuff. And it's like, I want you to be aware of that. I want you to be aware of those things. Are like, just like the doctor tells you, if you experience XYZ, call the emergency room, so it's the same thing.
For emergency. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's crazy to think how your hair can affect your confidence so much. What is a tip that you would give someone who is struggling with that confidence when they are going through a difficult time of not loving where they're at with their hair or with their looks at the time?
I feel that I like that. That's the reason why my business is called Glamour Me. Glamour Me is dealing with your inner. And when your inner is beautiful, then your outer will always be like that. And I tell some of my clients, like, you can't hide behind your hair. I mean, I know it's a confidence thing, but at the same time, we can't keep wearing that mask all the time. And at that point, we have to deal with that inner self and start to mold that. So that way you will feel confident on the outside. Because I struggled with my thin edges so much, like so much. When I shampoo my hair to this day, I still get balls and clumps. So sometimes I know what I'm going through, it's like, my husband tries to keep looking on the side, like, you okay? Because he knows that is very touchy for me. So I feel that having that support system, for one, is definitely something. And then for two, it's just, you really got to dig within to find that piece that still love, to make you just love and embrace what you already have. And just know that there's options out here with hair. I mean, hair has elevated so much that there's clip-ins, there's, it's so many different things that you can do until, your process starts, and that's what I do for my clients. I like to be there. I like to send them pictures of, like, hey, don't know if you thought that your spot was growing, but hey, here's a picture to show you that it's growing. So, that's why I tell people to find in hairstyles. You want to find that bond that will help you internally, not just, on the outer.
I love that so much. Yeah, doing that inner work and finding that peace within yourself and not labeling yourself as beautiful because of how you are on the outside.
Exactly. Because it hurt my heart when I had a client like 2 weeks ago, and she was talking about her spot, and then she was like basically her hair was all she had. She said, I'm not as pretty as other girls. And I was like, no, what do you mean? I that touches my heart like that, because it's like, some women only have their hair to hide behind because they don't feel that they're beautiful at all, and I don't like that. So I feel that it's my job not only to keep the healthiness of your hair, but I feel it's my job to actually kind of build you up also, on the inside.
Yeah, I love that so much. You're dropping so many gems. What do you want people to remember you for?
Oh, what to remember? That I made some type of change. I wanted to change the hair industry when it comes to, I feel that it is about the hair, but I feel like businesses is about that customer service and knowing that that we hear you all. And I want to change that. I don't want you to feel like you're just a client. It's like, I'm not trying to be in your business or anything, but it's just like, I do care. So it's okay to let me know, hey, I'm going through things right now, but I still want to keep my hair done. And I know how hair is for people. I'm that type to want to reach out and, hey, just come on in, girl. So I want the customer service to be kind of at the top. I want people to actually start to care, just like Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A, it doesn't matter if they mess up in your order. They don't question it or anything. It's like, I'm so sorry about that. Here, it's my pleasure. I want to be that. I want to be those Harris Teeters, the Targets. Like, I want to be that customer service. And that's the type of things I want to change and impact.
Yeah, I love that so much. And it does make a huge difference, because people that are that way and don't question and that are just really open and giving, it really just makes the world a better place. And it's such a huge domino effect.
Yeah. And I feel that if I'm good to you, you'll be good to somebody else. You can always rub off on somebody. And then, you'll start to trust me more, so that's kind of the change I want to, because a lot of people getting caught up with social media and stuff like that. And I'm like, hey, y'all, we're still human. Like, I'm still human, so it's like, I want you to feel I'm a real person.
How do you keep up with social media and doing so many posts and coming up with ideas and stuff like that?
I tell people all the time, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So, I mean, if you know your niche, and pretty much if that's always you're looking at, I mean, it's you don't have to steal people's content, but some people can just be an inspiration of like, oh, I might use that sound. But I've been doing it for so long, it just comes so easy. I actually prep a lot of my stuff the night before. So now that you can schedule content, I prep my stuff the night before, and people be thinking I'm on social media, but no, that's just what I said last night, because I'm trying to balance all platforms, but I recycle my content. So if I post it on Instagram, I'm taking the watermark off and putting it on Facebook, TikTok. So I don't make my job too hard.
That's smart.
Yeah. So
work smarter.
Work smarter. Yeah, because it's hard tackling all those social medias. But hey, I mean, when you're in business, that's just what you got to do.
Wow, that's so true. It has been such a pleasure. I could keep talking to you. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, it definitely was fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Was there anything else that you wanted to tell the viewers?
I don't know. Just know that I love y'all for free, and you can do it no matter what nobody says. What nobody says. I tell people, go ahead and get in that kitchen or whatever it is that you're trying to work on, and just go ahead and do it. It doesn't matter if nobody gets a sale, if you don't get a sale for a whole year. It doesn't matter, because you'll be able to look back and see like, man, I remember where I was. You have to create that success story. You have to.
I love that so much.
You have to create that success story. So just keep creating that testimony for down the line that you'll be able to tell people.
I'm so excited to follow your journey and so excited to see everything that's going on for you. Yes. And we will definitely have to keep in touch.
Yes, definitely.
Yes,
I appreciate you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Hopefully we can meet again.
Yes, definitely. Thank you. Thank you guys for tuning in. It has been such a pleasure. Thank you for watching Jacqueline Valdez Live, illuminating the world one voice at a time.
Bye.
Lots of love and light. Bye.